So solar collectors are the devices which are used to collect the solar radiation. They are useful in collecting the solar radiation. We need some sort of mechanism which can collect the solar radiation and convert it into useful form. Okay, so that equipment is called as a collector. Generally, there are two types of collectors. One is non-conventional type or a flat plate collector, and the second is the concentrating or focusing collector. So usually for domestic applications like water heating, or air conditioning, these days solar air conditioning is becoming more popular. If you invest 70 to 80,000, a small solar power plant with 0.75 ton air conditioner will be installed, can cool the room of size of up to 10 by 10. Yeah, so almost there will be no electricity. Only during the the advantage here is the air conditioning we use maximum in the domestic purpose. We use in the summer only, in the month somewhere end February to start of June. During that you will get good amount of solar energy. Throughout the day, good amount of solar energy will be there, so that your electricity bill will be very low. Okay, so like that, for all such purposes, we use a flat plate collector. We call it as FPC. Whatever you can see in the general domestic purpose, that is a non-conventional type or a flat plate collector. See, concentrating or focusing collectors are a little bit costlier, okay, but they can extract more amount of energy and give better output. Okay, so we will describe one after the other. In a non-concentrating type, the area of the absorber is equal to area of the collector. Okay, if you see a flat plate of 10 by 10 size, the entire plate will be the absorber. Okay, entire plate will absorb the material, and since it is absorbed over a long area, the maximum temperature that you can reach is 100 degrees centigrade only. You cannot go beyond 100 degrees centigrade. So this energy, whatever this temperature, it is suitable for water heating applications. Okay, only simple applications like that. Okay, whereas in a concentrating type collector, the area of the absorber, that is the portion in the collector which absorbs the solar energy, is 50 to 100 times smaller as compared to the collector area. There will be a small absorber and surrounding concentrators will be there. Okay, so you will get a concentrated form of energy. So because of this, you can reach a temperature of up to 350 degree centigrade. So this is the major difference between FPC and a concentrating collector. Now we have to study the different types of flat plate collectors and concentrating collectors. So in general, in flat plate collectors, the maximum temperature that can be reached is 100 degrees centigrade. First point, area of absorber is equal to area of the collector. Entire collector acts as a absorbing medium. Okay, so you will get a diluted form of energy. Whereas in a concentrating collector, the absorber is very, very small compared to the entire collector size. Okay, it may be sometimes 50 to 100, because if 100 centimeters square is the entire concentrator, okay, say 1 centimeter square or 2 centimeter square area will be the area of absorber. Okay, so you will get a concentrated form of solar energy as output. So maximum temperature that you can reach is 350 degrees centigrade. So these points you have to note. Okay, please make a note. So when we start discussing with sketch, you will understand better. Okay, so before going ahead with collectors, we will study what is the principle of solar conversion into heat. How it is getting converted inside the collector? What actually happens there? Okay. So to understand that, we will take a simple example of greenhouse effect. Okay. The solar collector, what we see, the flat plate collector in our house, okay, for water heating and other purposes, it works similar to the principle of greenhouse effect. Okay. So what actually happens in a greenhouse effect? Okay. With the help of a simple concept, we can understand better about the working. See, solar radiation incidenting the Earth's surface at a particular wavelength increases the temperature of the Earth. Say, for example, the solar radiation is entering into the Earth's surface. 1 second, please. Please mute yourselves. Okay. So solar radiation, so this we will consider as the atmosphere. So from outside, solar radiation enters into the atmosphere to the Earth's surface. Okay, when it comes into the atmosphere, it increases the temperature of the Earth because of its energy content. Okay, so as a result of temperature difference between the Earth's surface and the surroundings, the absorbed radiation is re-radiated back. What happens here? When the radiation comes and hits the surface, it gets re-radiated back. Only portion of it will be absorbed and the rest gets re-radiated back. Okay. So what happens here? There will be carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Okay. So carbon dioxide gas will be present in the atmosphere, okay, everywhere. So this carbon dioxide gas, okay, what happens? It is transparent to the incoming shorter wavelength radiation. The entering radiation it will allow, but when it hits the Earth's surface, the wavelength of the solar radiation increases. Okay, so it will not allow the long wavelength radiation to pass back. Okay, so in general, this carbon dioxide is transparent to short wavelength incoming radiation, and it is opaque to the long wavelength radiated radiation. Okay, so once it hits the surface and gets attenuated, that is, the wavelength increases, it will not be allowed back to move to the space. So what happens? It will be number of times okay, getting re-radiated within the surface of atmosphere, and finally it gets disappeared. It will be absorbed and it gets disappeared. So in general, in a simple word, I can explain you like this. Once the radiation enters the Earth's surface, it will be locked in the atmosphere of the Earth. It will, n number of times it will radiate and finally disappear, so that the internal energy or the heat energy present in the radiation will be radiated, will be absorbed by the Earth, which leads to increase in temperature of the Earth. So this is called as the greenhouse effect. Okay, based on the same principle, okay, our solar collectors will work. Okay, so if you consider a flat plate collector, so this is the sketch which demonstrates a flat plate collector. So before explaining you the principle, just I'll brief you the different parts here. Okay, so this is the actual absorber area. 1 second, please. So this, whatever you can see, this is the absorber area. Okay, so this is the absorber. Usually this absorber plate is made up of either aluminium or copper, which is a very high conducting material. So whatever you can see, this is the absorber. Usually it will be chemically coated to black color. As you know, black color is a maximum, it is a perfect emitter and perfect absorber. Okay, just a simple example, if you park your vehicle with black color seat covers, okay, the temperature inside the car will be more. You stride with a white color or some light color, so in the same sunlight, the inside temperature will be less. Why? Because black can absorb more radiation and it will emit it also. Because of this, the temperature increases. So in order to absorb more amount of radiation, black color coating will be done. Okay, so whatever dots you can see over here in this region, okay, it is an insulating material which will allow the, which will not allow the heat to pass through the atmosphere. Once the solar radiation hits this black color absorber, the radiation will be absorbed and it will not allow to leak it back to the atmosphere. Okay, so usually a material like glass wool, which is a very good insulator, will be added here so that heat will not be wasted. And you can see some circular holes here. So these are the pipelines through which water will be flowing. Okay. So whatever the heat is absorbed by the black plate, it will be given to these pipelines. In turn, the water gets heated up. Okay. And the last part is the glass cover. Okay. The glass cover which covers the absorber. Okay. These are the different parts of the flat plate collector. So 4 important parts are there. One is the absorber, which is the heart of this entire setup. Beneath the absorber, there are certain pipes, okay, through which water passes, okay, so that the water gets heated. Okay. Next, after that, we have a insulating material to avoid the wastage of heat and the glass cover. Now, what is the principle? How we can relate it to the greenhouse effect? See here, the radiation enters into the solar panel from the outside. Okay, whatever glass cover we use, it acts as a carbon dioxide. Okay, whatever the role of carbon dioxide is there in the atmosphere, it acts similarly. Okay, it will allow the radiation to come in. They are short wavelength radiation. It will allow the radiation to come in. Once it hits the absorber, okay, it will try to radiate back. Okay, so this radiated back wave radiation, whatever is there, that will be of long wavelength. It will be diluted. So this glass cover will not allow it to move back. So that it will hit the glass cover, again it will come back. Again hit the glass cover, come back. Again hit, come back. Finally, the entire energy of this radiation will be absorbed by this plate. The temperature in this zone, whatever you can say, so in this zone, it increases. Okay, so that the absorber gets heated up, in turn the water gets heated up. So this glass cover acts like carbon dioxide in the greenhouse effect. So it is transparent to the incoming radiation and opaque to the outgoing radiation. So whatever solar radiation hits this collector, it will be blocked in this gap, so that ultimately it should be taken up by the absorber plate. So this is the concept of a flat plate collector, FPC. So here what happens, say for example, the area of the collector is 10 by 10. Okay, the entire collector plate is covered by the absorber, so that you will get a diluted form of energy, and higher the maximum temperature that you can reach is 100 degrees centigrade, not beyond that. Okay, so this is the concept of a FPC. Any doubts you can ask me. Just I have correlated it with the greenhouse effect so that you can understand the things easily. Please take down the sketch. Any doubts you can discuss with. I think you are getting an idea how a solar collector works. Please take down. Okay, so this is the principle of operation of a FPC, flat plate collector. Have you taken down? Yes. Is it done?
Sir, your presentation is not visible.
1 second. Yes, please. I'll give you 2 more minutes. Just take down. As I told you, all these topics are simple. Only that radiation geometry, if you can understand and do it. So these things you can draw the sketch and easily explain. They may ask you to explain the different parts and working principle of a solar collector. Okay, so this is the concept of working. The same thing is explained here. Okay, so usually the size is about 2 meter by 1 meter and 15 centimeter thick, right? The entire area of the collector will be the absorber. Okay, so usually we provide with some mineral wool or glass wool or fiber materials as insulator. Okay, below the absorber, right? So there will usually the absorber is made up of aluminum or copper, chemically treated black. The underside of the plate consists of tubes through which the water will be passing. So the same thing I have explained you. So this is about the flat plate collectors. Next comes the concentrating collectors. So what do you mean by concentrating collector? These are the solar collectors where the radiation is focused in a small area or a small focal point. Okay. So in the FPC, we have seen that throughout the collector area, there is a large absorber which is coated black. So it is not like this. There will be a small absorber. Okay. So the whatever the energy is there, the energy will be focused onto the small absorber so that you can concentrate the energy. Okay. Please make a note of it. Okay, so these collectors, whatever are there, the absorber area will be very, very small compared to the total collector area, so that the entire energy will be focused on that small area, right? So that you will get a concentrated energy. That is the actual concept, and the temperature can go up to 350 degrees centigrade. Okay, in case of focusing collectors, the area of the absorber is many times smaller, as I told you. So once I take up one example and start discussing, you will understand better. Okay. So first, before going ahead, we will just see the classification of this concentrating collectors. Okay. So there are two types. One is focusing type, and the second is the non-focusing type. In focusing type, again, line focusing and point focusing is there. Under line focusing, we have parabolic trough, cylindrical, mirror strip, and Fresnel lens. Four types. Under point focusing, we have paraboloidal, and central tower. Under non-focusing type, we have a mirror boosting and compound parabolic concentrator. So these are the different types of concentrating collector. Few of them we will be discussing in the upcoming slides. Okay, just you take down this chart so that we can move further. Please take down. Okay, so first we will start with the first one, that is the line focusing. As we saw, line focusing collectors. So we will start with this. Okay. So the first one is the parabolic trough collector. Why this name is given? Because there is a in the sketch you can clearly see. Okay. 1 second. There is a parabolic trough over here. Okay, it is a bowl-like structure, and this circle, whatever you can see, this is the actual absorber. Okay, say for example, if the area of this collector is 100 centimeters square, okay, the area of this absorber is hardly 1 centimeter square, 1% of the entire collector. Okay, so the trough concentrates the solar energy into a receiver tube. So this is the receiver tube. So whatever solar radiation falls onto this trough, it will radiate that radiation onto this small receiver tube. Okay, the temperature at the absorber tube is about 400 degrees centigrade. With this concentrated mechanism, you can reach a temperature of up to 400 degrees centigrade. So there will be a central absorber. So what are the radiation here falling? It will be concentrated or focused onto a single point. It will be a glass-like perfect reflecting structure. So the entire solar radiation will be focused to the focal point, that is the center. So that because of this focused radiation, very high temperatures will be attained here. So hence it is called as a focusing collector. Okay, so the absorber in these collectors is moving to receive the reflect radiations by reflector, while the concentrators remains mixed. Okay, fixed. So the concentrator here, this remains the fixed, only the of this area keeps on moving. Okay, because of its parabolic shape, it can focus the sun at 30 to 100 times. Okay, the intensity of radiation, it can focus from 30 to 100 times, so that you can reach very high temperature, and this mechanism can be used for advanced applications. So this is a mechanism may not be required for water heating or such applications. If you ask where it can be applied, you can use it in generation of steam, okay, which in turn can drive a turbine to give the electricity for such applications. for water heating and such applications, you don't need a parabolic trough collector, because water heating max temperature expected is 60 to 70, not beyond that. Correct? So you can use a normal collector. So this is related to parabolic trough collector. Please take down the sketch. As the name itself suggests, there is a parabola trough. Okay, it acts as a trough or vessel. Okay, it will be made of a very smooth surface. It will reflect the radiation to a focal point. Okay, common focal point, that is the along the axis. At the focal point, you will keep a receiver, absorber, a black color medium. So when the ray starts falling over here, it is a pipeline like structure. Okay, it gets heated up rapidly. So the fluid, whatever you pass inside it, will be heated at a faster rate. So the very simple concept. Okay, so we'll move to the next. Cylindrical parabolic concentrator. Almost the topic seems to be same. Okay, there is a cylinder here, cylinder-like structure. I have taken an animated sketch also, you can see. Okay, in between there will be a pipe. Okay, in a black colored coated pipe. So here the solar radiation, whatever is falling onto this, will be concentrated. That is, it will be reflected back to this black color pipe. Some amount of radiation directly falls onto the pipe. Some radiation which falls in the surroundings will be directly concentrated over to this pipe. So that if when a fluid is passed through this pipe, it gets heated up rapidly. Okay, so cylindrical parabolic concentrator. Okay, it is a semi-cylindrical structure which is made up of reflecting material. So in between there will be a black colored pipe through which the fluid passes. So this black colored pipe is the actual absorber. So here there is a focal point. There is a single concentrated focal point through a glass trough. But here there is a semi-cylindrical structure, okay, through which a pipe passes at the focal point, that is at the center.